Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 250,000 subscribers. I can't wait till I have to stop saying that and I say to 500,000 subscribers. So hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, watch this to the end, and share it with your family and friends because there's a lot going on right now. Now, the other day on Political Beatdown, my co-host Ben and I, we spoke about the financial influence in Trump's upcoming administration. Remember, there are more billionaires in this administration than in any administration in U.S. history. We spoke about Canada. We spoke about pending tariffs and what it means for the United States that a bulk of the cabinet nominees are people that are in finance. Now, so many of them are in finance, not even affiliated to the positions that they are being nominated for. I don't understand where it's going. I also don't have the crystal ball to see where we will be. Maybe Trump is onto something. Maybe it'll be a total disaster. I don't know. But that's what Ben and I are talking about. Again, on that clip. Play it.
Let me show you. This is a unified Canadian front other than the Alberta premier. All the other provincial premiers, many of who are conservative, some are liberal. And then you have on the federal side, Justin Trudeau, Liberal Party. This is a conservative from Ontario, Doug Ford. Let me show you what he says here about. He goes, and this is the David Bedone clip, Jeremy. Doug Ford knows how to pump Canada's tires. Here, let's play this clip.
Political parties sitting down and we have a robust conversation. We may agree or disagree, but we're coming out united. I can tell you, spending a lot of time in the U.S., you would never see a group of Democrats and Republicans sitting here collaboratively. I promise you one thing. President Trump's office, a whole bunch of Democrats and Republicans saying, how can we attack Canada? It's not happening. We have the greatest country. We have the greatest elected officials, the greatest democracy in the world, that we can sit here from one extreme to the other extreme to in the middle. And I have always said, I don't care about political stripes. I don't care if you're from the orange party, the blue party, or the red party. We're going to be united. We're Canadian. We're going to get this done.
As a follow-up to the Prime Minister, is Ottawa...
And Cohen, that guy used to be a MAGA supporter. He used to be a Trump supporter, Doug Ford. Yep. What do you make of it?
What I make of it is keep talking. You know, one thing Trump understands better than most is power and also how to abuse it. When he turns around, I don't think that Canada is going to get annexed. I don't. I think that would be... I just think that would be insane, to be very honest with you. I don't even know what the right adjective is in order to describe it. But one thing I can tell you for certain is that he will impose tariffs on Canada. He did it in 2017. I don't know why people refuse to read. I don't know why they refuse to do just the most minutia of research. And you will see that Trump went ahead and he imposed tariffs on Canada. For example, on lumber. What happened to the lumber market? The price of soft lumber shot up through the roof. He then went ahead and he also imposed tariffs on aluminum. Well, that pissed the shit off of Pepsi and Coca-Cola and others, and the price of cans, right, bottling, shot up through the roof. Well, this is no good. They started getting a lot of pushback and so on. So what did he do? He gave them a waiver. So he did put in tariffs, but then he gave them a waiver. He didn't just do that with Canada. He did it with other countries as well. So my point at that time was, what's the point? If you're going to put a tariff on and then give everybody a waiver, except for the little guy, well, how does that actually work? How does that help? And on top of that, please understand, 27 of the 29 most prestigious economists in the United States have all turned around and they put forth, it would be like in law called an amicus brief. They put together an explanation, a memo, explaining the danger and the damage that a tariff on Canada, on China, and other countries would cause to this country. And yet, the Talmud Chachams, the geniuses amongst geniuses there that are going to be part of this new administration, many of them are in finance. In fact, the bulk of the people who are going to be taking over are actually finance guys, whether it's the Lutnicks of the world, whether it's the John Phalins of the world. They all know finance really, really well. And what are they turning around? Oh, yeah, they do. Let me tell you.
Well, let me ask you, why do they keep,
John Phalin,
how come every time, I know they have big finance jobs, Cohen, but how come every time?
No, please. Howard Lutnick is the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald. He's purchased many, many companies. He knows finance. John Phalin is going to be Secretary of the Navy. He ran Michael Dell's money for, I don't even know, as long as I know him, 25 years, 24 years, give or take. He is wickedly bright in finance. They know finance, and they know what the tariffs will do to this country. But out of fear, and I just mentioned these two because I know them both personally for over 2 decades. They both know the damage that tariffs will do to this economy. They're just concerned about expressing that concern for fear that they'll get booted before they even get started.
You know, every time the people who know finance seem to take control of government, it always seems that we wind up in recessions. They always pitch us on trickle-down economics, which never actually benefits the people. The stock market never does as well. Again, jobs not really being created. I mean, you look at the Democrats have the rap as being not as strong on the economy, right? That's the rap. The public perception, right, is Republicans better on the economy. Well, when you look at the past 30 or 40 years, of the 50 million jobs that were created, 48 million of the 50 million jobs were created by Democratic administrations. With all of these finance people complaining about the Biden economy, right? Their biggest metric at the high levels, not the average person though, Cohen, at the high levels, the markets, right? Are the markets doing good? With Biden, the markets were up 55 to 60% over Donald Trump. So if you're a smart finance person and you go, which one do you like better? The 50 to 60% return or the person who had the economy basically sinking to levels that weren't as bad since the Great Depression?
Totally agreed. But I think that aspect has to be broken down into two different areas. Let me go back and say, for example, during the Trump his first administration, Steve Mnuchin, who is a finance guy with had a big hedge fund, was actually a pretty decent Treasury Secretary. All right. And I just want to say to our brigaders, I need you all to understand something. This isn't Michael Cohen bending a knee. This is Michael Cohen telling you a fact. Now, that fact may not comport to what you want to hear. It's just the difference. I'm not here to play that game. There's facts, and then there's non-fact. All right? And I want to give to you what I know to be factually accurate, whether you like it or not. Because when the shit hits the fan, and I'm telling you, the shit will be hitting the fan. You really need to be armed with facts, not Disneyland, in order for us to be able to, as a community, do what is needed in order to ensure that things don't occur the way that many believe this administration is going to try to shove it down our throats. All right? That's the problem. And I know a lot of people, you'd rather have Michael Cohen come on here and turn around and, say this or say that. I understand what's going on in that world better than all of you because I lived it. And not only did I live it, on the side of Trump. I lived it as the enemy. All right. So I really have a very different perspective. I've seen all of these players in action. And again, I just want to arm you with information. All right. With legitimate information. Because again, I live in reality. If you want to live in Disneyland, that's in California or it's in Florida. That's where you need to go. There's too many people that believe, just because Michael Cohen's not shitting on Donald Trump, doesn't mean I'm taking a knee. I'm certainly not running scared. I'm living in a fucking Trump building, for God's sakes. The same building Ivanka and Jared live in. Where the fuck am I running? So it's time for people to open up their eyes. Listen to what's being told to you. And I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm trying to tell you, we as a community are going to desperately need to band together. It's why this is not the time to shy away from the Midas Touch Network or from my Mea Culpa podcast or YouTube channel. No, this is the time to not only become cohesive with this network and its different properties, but also to get your friends to join so that they understand what is actually coming down the road. All right, not listening to the nonsense off of whether it's the far left or the far right, believing that, one, that the world is coming to a complete end. It's not. All right. Or two, that Trump is going to be able to accomplish every single thing that he says that he and his people want to do, which they will not. But there are many things that are coming down this road that are not beneficial to the American people, to the 10, 11, 12 mega billionaires that are helping to become or to make America become some form of an oligarchy, a constitutional oligarchy. We as a community must be there, and we must be vigilant in terms of getting the correct, the true, and the factually accurate information to each and every one of you. And that's what I will continue to do. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. We're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.